Okay, you asked me a question.
I did.
How do I stay so slim? Well, I'm still got some weight to lose, but I'm not a real tall guy. If you've ever noticed that, we've stood beside each other.
You take the hat off and throw some get off.
Yeah, I know y'all think I'm a really big, tall guy, but I'm really not. But I gained up to about 205 pounds one time. That's just way too much for me. And I'm down to about 179 this morning, 180, something like that. And
what was your fighting weight back in your prime?
You had to ask that, didn't you? You just
got to put it in
perspective. About getting controversial.
Got to put it in perspective.
Otherwise, he just said you're fat, Termite. Tell him you're fat, Termite.
I'm making your story more powerful because it come from here and then where it's going to be.
Okay, when I fought for the world championship, I was 140 pounds. So yes.
So getting to 200 plus, it's put in perspective. That's
well, I do like Bluebell.
Who doesn't like Bluebell?
Bluebell is a friend of mine. We're going to probably get them on.
Bluebell's a friend of mine.
Yeah, we're going to get them on the show one of these days because
Yeah, you went there to the.
The CEO and the vice president. They're all friends of mine, and I love Bluebell. I even wrote a song for Bluebell.
This is great.
I won't sing it for you, but
we'll have to have that at some point.
Bluebell ice cream number. Well, I'm not going to do that. All right. So where were we?
You were telling us how you went from you just 205, okay. You got busy, and then now you're staying trim.
So, Mr. S, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. Okay, and I said, I got to do something. Really, I didn't say it. My wife did. Cindy said, Termite, you ought to take this shot with me. And I'm not going to tell the shot yet because I have a reason for that, okay. But it's one of the shots that
it's out there.
It's out there, and
might have been talked about.
Yeah, and because I think what we'll do is, I think if we're going to talk about them, they need to be one of our sponsors.
All right.
And so I want to reach out to them, but I take a shot, and man, I started losing weight, and I'm down 24, 25 pounds this morning, and I'm going to go down to about 30 pounds, and then I'm going to get back in shape.
Okay.
I really am. I'm going to get to where I can spar.
Come on.
4 rounds again, 4 or 5 rounds. I'm going to get where I can get a good workout in the boxing gym. But really, you've got to make the decision first that enough's enough.
I think that's what it comes down to.
You got to be committed. Make that decision. I'm tired of being sick and tired. And then there's all kinds of ways. Either you can be real disciplined and start getting up and walking every morning. You don't have to run. Just walk a brisk walk and start exercising. You can do that. You can get on the shots. You can, there's diets you can get on that. I don't really like diets.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
they're temporary to me.
Yeah, they're temporary. But you can start eating healthier. Let's put it that way.
Be healthier.
Yeah, be healthier. I don't like diets because diets are just a way for failure, in my opinion. But changing your eating habits can be good. And then
especially coming into Thanksgiving, that's, if you're actually going to be on a diet, Thanksgiving is in complete conflict almost with whatever diet exists.
That's
so
right.
how do you navigate that? And that's usually when people just drop. So that's why I think having a more healthy approach to how I'm going to eat, do I exercise, so I can enjoy a piece of pumpkin pie or 2 or 3.
Well, they say, or 3. They say that when you're cutting back on your food, that it's okay to treat yourself once a week.
Yeah.
So make Thanksgiving Day the day you treat yourself. Eat what you want. Your body will put most of it back out. And then go take you a good walk or something and make you feel better. And, when you're actually, I'm going to take a good walk so I can eat more.
There we go.
But,
that's planning.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that our guests do to be able to eat all the pumpkin pie you want, sweet potato pie, turkey, stuffing, carrot cake,
Bluebell?
Yeah. So Padford also says that he takes a shot too for his weight, and he's at 168 right now. And so, and then he also had a question for you, Termite. He said, how did you strengthen your lungs after COVID?
Oh, great question. First of all, we were blessed that we were in a position that we could get a I guess you'd call them a therapist, the ones that come out and help you. And
The physical therapy.
physical therapy. And they made me bend ways I didn't know my body would bend. I mean, they would lay me on the floor. I'm 68 years old, and they was bending me ways that my body just
Didn't want to go.
It didn't want to go, and didn't know it could still go that way. And then it had me breathing deep, and thank God that I came through it, and I don't have any lasting, ailments or.
So on the lung side of things, to answer his question, was there anything specific you did to get your
No, just that
breathing?
they had me deep breathing. I mean, they would bend my body ways that didn't want to bend and have me deep breathing. And that was the key, is taking
deep
it
breathing.
in, holding it, stretching them lungs back out. And which those are good, healthy things we should do anyway.
I do. The breath exercises, I've
Yeah.
been reading a lot about that. I want to start it. And then cold plunge. You heard about that?
Yeah, my pastors,
I've been wanting to do that too.
my pastors.
Anybody out there do your cold plunge? If you have, share your story, because I'm fixing to start doing that.
John and Lisa do that every
do
day.
they?
They in the cold. I don't know. I'm not going to do it because I don't like cold.
I don't think anybody likes it. You
Yeah.
don't go in there for comfort.
I get cold at night.
Yeah, I think
Just
it has to be
sleeping.
50 degrees. The water
Yeah.
has to be 50 degrees to have a benefit.
I ain't doing it.
And that's cool. How are we looking on time, Jarrell?
All right, yeah, we're about 30 minutes into the stream, and so yeah, Mr. S, just what are some tips that you do? You look pretty fit, and you look like you stay in shape year round. But what are some things that you're doing in this holiday season to make sure you
Before
don't pack
you
on
get
too many
started,
pounds?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jarrell, but he was just fixing to say, and I wanted to interrupt him. Okay. You're one of the healthiest guys that I know. You're always taking care of your body.
I'm somewhat a health nut.
How old are you?
I'm 48.
48. I'm impressed. Anybody at 48 years old that keeps care of their body, and I'm impressed.
But I was similar to you, but thank you. I was similar to you where I got to a point where I was almost 210 and I didn't feel good. And I just was tired. I would bend over and it hurt my back. I said, man, I'm too young for this. I think I was like in my early 30s. I must have been just about 31, 32. So I got a lot of life ahead of me.
yeah.
I don't want to be like this. I think I had my first child. We still had Jasmine. So I had my second child. And I said, man, I've got kids. I want to be able to be healthy. So I just made a mindset, a shift of I just want to be healthy.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to play with my kids and my grandkids. And I literally started studying, like, what do people do? And I know it's sometimes I could probably relate. When I started on that journey, it was overwhelming. Don't eat fat. Eat this many calories. Don't do this. Eat this. This is bad for you. This is good for you. And it was so much. It was confusing. And I didn't even know what to believe. And so you kind of go through this journey of, I do think everybody's a little different, but at the same time, we're all kind of the same. Like a calorie is, calorie, but then there's bad calories and good calories. All that to say, I just made up my mind and said, I'm going to figure out how to be healthy. And I'm a gym nut. I like the gym. It's more of my mental release because the work I do is very mental.
Yeah.
It's just sitting at a desk. And so you get really stressed out and there's no release. If you have a physical job, you can kind of work hard in the day, you're tired and you go to sleep. Mm-hmm. If you just have a desk job, man, at the end of the day, you're mentally tired, but your body's not tired. You don't sleep good. So, yeah, all that to say that I really just became a student. And I love the gym, and I love learning how to eat right. But at the same time, I love sweets.
Yeah.
I love
But
sweets.
you've been faithful to your working out ever since I've known you.
I have. So I'll do that, but I still have a hard time. I love sweets.
Yeah, I do too.
I love some good pies. And so now it's like I'll do what you say. I'll let myself have a little bit as my reward.
Yeah.
But people joke, my family will joke, because I'll cut a small slice of pie, and that's what I'll get to have. But then about 5 minutes later, I cut another small slice of pie. And they say, as long as you keep a small slice, you think it's okay. But if you added them all up, you ate like half the pie. But I was like, yeah, but I didn't. I just had little teeny slices. So there's that mental game, right? Whatever you got to do that works. So I just think it's, treat it as a game that you actually can win if you want to make it that way.
The bottom line, though, you have to push away. You got to push away, whether it be, using a shot, whether it be just wanting to be healthy, you got to push away from the table somewhere or another because
It's the discipline side.
it's the discipline side.
So I think it's the want it, like you said, you got to be tired of being sick and tired,
Yep.
and then have enough discipline, and then educate yourself.
Yeah, educate
If you
yourself.
don't do those three things, you're just going to go the same year after year. It's going to be the same.
Yeah.
You're going to be frustrated.
And I'm so glad that at this time of my life that I'm getting back in shape because I'm feeling so much better. And I want to just tell everybody out there, be thankful you're still alive and start taking care of your body because if you don't take care of it,
That's all you got.
it's going to fall apart. It's going to fall apart anyway.
is.
And the longer that you take care of it, the better you're going to feel.
Well, I've got this. This might be a little bit high shooting for, but there's some scripture in the Bible that talks about Moses. He was 120 years old, and he was climbing a mountain, and it said his eyesight was still good.
Yeah.
He died, I think, like shortly after that. But basically, all the way up to the point where he died, he could climb a mountain and he could see good. That's my benchmark. I want to be able to climb a mountain and see good until the day I die.
Well, I just want to be able to get to 120 where I can climb that mountain. And
It's a lofty goal, but why not?